Today, I think it was today that I read an article about people of color being pulled over much more frequently than people who are not of color, people who are white, although there may be, people of color may not have contraband or anything illegal yet. We get pulled over more. I also heard that both of you, both of you discussing in different ways that you have meetings internally where you are discussing the situations in Rhode Island and how that affects the work that you do. And you've also mentioned that that there's always room for improvement. And my question is, of those conversations that you have had, what have been some of the items that you yourselves have highlighted as areas where you need to improve? And do you have any plans to move forward on those?
That we are data-driven, like Providence. Every month we review data from traffic stops to arrest and see how we do. We break it down by demographics, what lives in the state of Rhode Island. That's not always a true comparison, because people come to and from, it fluctuates. We also analyze once a month. We compare. I was telling Jim Vincent the other day, to look at the color of that person. For instance, if we say Ray Watson, and his name is checked, African American, Native American, white male, Asian male, they check that off. The troopers do that. We analyze that monthly to make sure that it's a checks and balance, that no one's making mistakes, or no one is skewing those numbers intentionally, if you know what I mean. And those percentage rates are off the charts. The troopers all know that, and I don't mean they self-police, but that's their responsibility every day. So we look at it, they know we look at it. These are responsible men and women that understand, and the reason they're here today is to hear you, not just hear us talk about it. Did I answer, did I miss any part of your question?
Well, I guess my question was more about the internal conversations that you guys have had that you have identified as areas where there's room for improvement.
There's always room for improvement.
What are some of those areas that you guys have identified?
Well, we look at different programs and how we do our enforcement, if it's from traffic safety, and sometimes those are what are given to us, from speed enforcement to seatbelt enforcement. We're conscious of that. Part of seatbelt enforcement is to make sure that people wear them. Why? So they live. And honestly, the seatbelt enforcement across the state is going up, and the death rate is going down. We've lost 15 less people this year than last year. Now, can you attribute to enforcement? I think enforcement and education puts those seatbelts on. There are communities that don't use them as much. I'll tell you, our friend here is Reverend Mercedes. His community was underrepresented in wearing seatbelts at like 80% by traffic studies. And now they've gone up to almost 89%, which means there's a better chance if they're in an accident, they stay in their vehicle. So those things are important to us. As many people got killed in the streets of Rhode Island, last year I think it was 30, there was 64 people killed in traffic accidents. 1/3 of them were drunk driving related crashes. So we're data-driven, just like every agency. We're no different from anybody else. We map it. The last piece is when fatal accidents happen, we map it. We put people to that problem, and maybe that's one of the solutions too. So we pay attention to crime patterns. I talk to Colonel Clements sometimes, probably more than my wife, and talking about what the Providence is doing, and how does the state police impact that? How can we assist and work together?